Hello, you're welcome back. In this video, we're looking at the computer practicals, NECO 2024. We had earlier considered question number 1. In this video, we're going to look at question number 2. The question says, use Microsoft Excel to perform the tasks in table 1.1. So that is the table there. And then the question here says, create table 1.1 with specified headings. So I'm just going to mark this off so that we can start from there. I have launched my Excel already. I can save it right away. Let me see if there's any file name we're asked to use. No. So we can choose a file name that we want. I'll do Ctrl S, click on browse. So by now you should have created a folder where all of your work will be kept. So I'll just drop mine in this folder, and then I will call it 2024 number 2. This is the 2A, right? Yeah. So I'll click on save. So having done this, we need to reproduce this very diagram here. What I will do to save us time. So what I will do to save us time is to screenshot this. And then I'm going to drop it here, so that it will be easy for us to see instead of switching back and forth the question. So here is the serial number. Now remember, before now we were told in question number 1 that use Calibri typeface with font size 12 all through except otherwise stated. Now here we were not told what font to use, so it is important for us to use Calibri. So I am just going to select everything and change this to 12. Now let's continue. Commodity, quantity sold. I'm just hitting my tab key to move to the next cell. Price per unit, then in bracket $sign. Hit my tab key again to move to the next cell. Customer name, tab key, annual sale, tab key, report. Then you can press enter. Okay, so if you notice, this is text wrap, text wrap, text wrap, text wrap. So we need to wrap the text. So we just select everything here, and then you see this very point. That's where you wrap your text. So that's that. Then we need to adjust it a bit so that it looks like this. Let me move it a little bit. No, I want to move everything, but I can do that by selecting like this, all of this column. When I move them, all the columns move. Okay, so but we really don't need to move this one. So I'll see, let me undo that. I'll come here on the column line, double click, so it is going to adjust automatically. So here we are, and then if you watch, everything here is center aligned. So I'm just going to do that, center aligned. Come here, click on that. What's the next thing? They are placed at the top. If you watch this ones, they are at the top, so the alignment here is at the top. So you come here, you click here, top align. There you are. What else do we need to do? I think they are bold, right? So we contribute to make them bold. Aha. So now we need to adjust this one a bit. Good. We need to adjust this one a bit. Okay. What else do we need to adjust? Everything looks okay. Good. So I think we're good to go. All right, let's go back to the question. So it says, number 2 says, you make it bold and you make it italics. So we've already made it bold, so now we need to make it italics. I'll just press Ctrl I, or you click on that italics there. It will still work. Okay, moving on. Number 3 says, type 4 commodities of your choice to fill the commodity column. 4 commodities of your choice. So we have 1 already here, so we need 4 more. So here is 1, 2. Now if you don't want to keep typing 1, 2, 3, 4, in case you have more than this, you could just, you see, watch what I did here. I selected the 2 of them, and then I clicked on that little dot there, that little square there, and then I would replicate in order to increase the numbers. Yeah, so that's that, you see. Good. So let's move on. So they say we need to enter 4 more, so that means milk should be there, and then the other 4 things that we want to enter. Okay, so that's that. What else do we need to do? Fill in quantity sold column with numbers of your choice ranging from 6 to 10. From 6 to 10. Quantity sold. So I could just do 6. Okay. And then, so here number 5 says in price per unit column, type in the price of your choice ranging from 500 to 5,000. Okay, so these are the numbers I just put down there. So that means we're done with, as long as they are between 500 to 5,000. Let me double check. Good. So number 6 says change the dollar sign to Naira sign. So I believe they are referring to the dollar sign here, because there's no other place that the dollar sign is appearing. So I'm just going to select that, delete it. Now in order to insert that symbol, we need to go to insert, and then you go to symbol. When you click on symbol, for you, in case you can't find it here, you would need to type this code 20A6. So when you type this hexadecimal code, it is going to bring it out. Then you select it and click on insert. You see there? There you are. Then you can close. Now, there's something I want to do here. Since this is currency, so I would want to change that to currency data type as well. You can just do that by pressing here, okay, or you come here to do currency. Yeah, but then there will be the problem of the dollar. Yeah, so to just make it quick, I would undo this action and just press this comma here, and then you will see those 2 other zeros there signifying kobo, but I don't want that to appear, so I'm going to push that away, decrease decimal. So that's that. So this way it shows like currency but without the kobo amounts. Okay, however, there is nothing wrong if you choose to leave it. Yeah, it is still okay. So we've done this. Number 7, type in the full name of your friends to fill the customer name column. Note, full name should be surname and first name, so they just want 2 words there, first name, surname and first name, right? Surname and first name. Good. So you need to type that. Now I think we may need some space here. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Okay, so I'm done with the names. Number 8 says type 2000 all through in the annual sales column. So annual sales column is this. They need 2000 all the way. Now you don't have to keep typing. Just come here, click, hold and drag, and you have it replicated. I think it's time for us to delete this one, right? Do we need it? Oh, let's leave it there for a while. So the next part says in the report column, combine the commodity in each row and its corresponding customer's name to form your report as shown in table 1.1. So let me take that and then let's see So this is what they mean. If you watch, they had to combine milk rennet, so milk from here and the customer name to form this very cell here. So the way you can do that is by concatenating it. So you do equals concatenate. So you put in the text, right? So this is the first one that you need, the milk. Then you put in your comma, but if you note, there is a space between the milk and the name, right? So we now need to put double quote, space, double quote, and then a comma, and then the customer's name cell, and we close the bracket. Now when we do this and press enter, this is what we have. Yeah, okay. So if you watch, this is this is wrapped text. Okay, the text is actually wrapped, so I think we can do that to bring it down a bit. Good. And then we can just replicate, and that's what we have. I think we can just expand this a bit. Good. So we still need to expand this a little bit. Okay, so this looks good, so we can visibly see everything now. Yeah, okay. That's that. So the next part, which is number 10, says insert a new column between quantity sold and price per unit with the heading reg number, quantity sold, price per unit. So here it is, quantity sold, price per unit. So you come to price per unit, that's the column D. Click on the column later, right click, and then you do insert. Okay, so we're asked to use reg number, any other thing here between, okay, so that's that. Number 11 says fill the new column with your reg number all through and make it italics. So you should know your reg number, fill it up, press enter, go back and make it italics, and you fill up the rest of the places. Yeah, good. I hope you've liked this video. I hope you've subscribed or followed if you're on Facebook. I hope you've shared. I hope you've commented. Please, if you've not, try to do that. Okay, that way this video, this wonderful work, gets to as many persons as possible. Now remember, that is the only way you pay us. Okay, so have you done that already? Thank you. Okay, so we're done with this part. The next part says calculate the total quantity sold using cell references and state the formula used. So the total quantity sold, we'll come to the total quantity, which is this one. So we need to calculate the total here. So I can just select everything like this, including the last part. So this is where I want the total to appear. Okay, so I can just come here and click on that sigma sign that is for sum to give us the total. Okay, so I can just indicate this as a way to, let me not use all caps, as a way to show that that is the total value. I can just do this Ctrl B, although I wasn't told, but I don't think it will be a problem, just to create some emphasis, okay, and make it look better. What else do we need to do? So we're done with this part basically. They say and state the formula used. So the formula used needs to be stated. So you can just come here and say formula used, okay, and then you come here. Now the way to show the formula you used here, we've done something like this before in previous questions. So you do equals, you do formula text, click on it, and then you click on the cell, you close your brackets and you press enter. There you are. So that's the formula you used. Yeah. Okay, the next part is print out the hard copy of your work in landscape format. So before you print this, I usually, okay, let me take this out. I don't think we need it anymore. Before you print this, I usually would like my name and my reg number to be at the header or the footer, although you've already put in your reg number here, but your name is not appearing. Okay, so to quickly do that, I would click on this very part. This part is a page layout. So once I click on the page layout and then I scroll down a bit, see this is the footer and that's the header. Yeah, so I want my name to appear on the footer. Let me put it at the footer at the center. So you can put your name, and then your reg number. Always remember your reg number. Okay, once you do this, you're good to go. So once you print, it is going to appear, yeah, at the footer. If you want it at the header, of course you need to drop it here. All right, so I haven't done this. Let's do Ctrl S. Remember, we're supposed to always do this Ctrl S regularly. So let's say we want to print. So this is the print preview. But remember, we're told to use landscape. So you can change the orientation here, or wait, or change it before you get here. Okay, so this is it. But I can format this a little more. I want these lines to appear, yeah, the border lines, yeah. So I'll go back to my normal view, click on it, and then select all of these. Okay, I think I'll just do all of this and let the border lines appear. Is there anything that we're missing out here? Double check your work. Okay, so it looks like these guys are centered. 1, 2, 3 are center aligned. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 are center aligned. Others are not. Yeah, so let me just do that. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal, but I like to keep things the way they appear. 1, 2. So I clicked, please let me show you exactly what I did here. I selected all of this, and then I held my control key down to select the others, and select again, and select again, and then I'll go to center, click, and all of them will be centralized at once. Okay, so it looks like this amount refused to obey, so I'm going to do it separately. Ooh. Okay, what do I do? So this isn't working, so possibly I'll just leave it like this. Yeah, so possibly it's because of the formatting I did that is not allowing it to behave that way, but I can leave it this way. Or you can choose to remove the formatting I did, because if you look at this one, the comma is not there, yeah, so you can choose to take that out and leave it as general, and that way it can easily align. Okay, so I think this is okay. What else do we need to do? Double check. Aha. So I was saying that you can do your page layout here, or you do it when you want to print. Any of them still works. So when you do your, of course, you do your Ctrl S to save, and then you do your Ctrl P. So that's what you have there. Everything appearing with your name appearing there at the footer where we kept it. Then you choose a printer of your choice, and your print. That's that. If you did that successfully, you have 22 marks in the bag. Congratulations. Woo. Okay, so I believe I didn't overlook anything here. There are no oversights. Please do let me know if there's an oversight, so that we can both learn together. And if there is need, I don't mind, I can do an updated video just to correct those mistakes, if any. Okay, so let's look at question number 2b. The B part says state 2 precautions taken while performing the task in 2a. Of course, you know the usual suspects. Okay, I said I made sure to enter my data carefully to avoid mistakes. I made sure to save my work regularly to avoid loss of data. Of course, we did that. I saved my work in a folder. Of course, we did that so that we can easily retrieve it. I double checked my calculation to ensure accuracy. Of course, we did that. You can add as many as you want, but remember, you are only told to give 2. And even if you give more than 2, there will be no extra marks given to you. So the next part says write short notes on the following as it relates to Excel. Okay, wrap text, alignment, and concatenation. Now, fortunately for us, we used all of these features in course of our work. We did a text wrap. If you still remember, here we wrap the text here. Remember we did that, yeah. Aha, you see, text wrap. So we did the text wrap thing, yeah. The next part is alignment. Okay, so let me quickly explain. So remember that the text wrap is a feature in Excel that allows the content of cell to be displayed on multiple lines. Okay, and below is for the explanations. For alignment, of course, it refers to the positioning of the content of a cell. Here is for vertical alignment, which we use a lot, and then there is for here is for horizontal alignment, which we used a lot, and here is for vertical alignment, which we also used. So look at them here. So these ones are for horizontal alignment, and it's for vertical alignment, which we did. Remember, yeah, we took some of these things up, like this very one here. We vertically aligned it to the top. Okay, so that's that. So here is further explanations. Now, concatenation, of course, we use this here I said that is the process of joining two or more strings, okay, or text, okay, into one. Okay, so in Excel you can achieve that by concatenate, which we use the function, or you can do concat or text join for newer versions. However, if you don't want to use the function, you can use the formula, but the formula needs to work with this operator, the ampersand. Okay, so you mentioned the cell name, you mentioned the you include the ampersand as the joiner. You know, it's more like plus, for the same thing that plus does for numbers. That is what the ampersand does for text in Excel. Okay, then here you put a space, okay, using the double quote, and then the ampersand again, and then the cell reference. Okay, so with that you can equally join. So this is using the formula, this is using the function. All right, okay, so I believe that's all for now. Okay, so we will meet in our next video. We'll talk about question number 3. Okay, I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye for now.